Welcome to this healing in my sanctuary this evening. I'm Molly McCandless. Tonight, I'm going to look at the energy around forgiveness. We're going to look at the energy of forgiveness that you, or where you have not been able to forgive yourself for something that's happened in the past, or where you've not been able to forgive someone else. When we hold on to these pictures or these stories, it really keeps us stuck. If you can't forgive yourself, it's really hard to move on and grow as a spirit. If you can't forgive someone else for something that happened, you continually keep karma going with that person. And ultimately, not forgiving yourself or someone else will eventually probably cause some kind of illness in your space. It causes an energy block. So that's what I'm going to look at tonight are spaces in your body, your aura, and your chakras, where you're holding pockets of energy around not being able to forgive. So all you have to do is sit back and relax, and I'll start with an opening prayer and we'll get right into it. Take a couple of deep breaths, relax. May it be with the blessing from divinity that whatever happens in this healing around forgiveness be for the highest and best good for all involved. Amen. How I'm going to do this is I'm going to create, again, a composite of all of your energies, everybody who's in this healing. And as I look at this and create this composite, it'll start to show up the energies and where the blocks are. Again, it's more powerful having a combination of people in this healing because it will show me more spaces to clear, and some of them may overlap into somebody else's space, and that energy may not have been illuminated unless somebody else was in the healing that could actually show me that space to clear. So you'll get an extra deep healing when I use a composite. Okay, so I'm creating the composite right now. Okay, the first area I'm being drawn to go to is the heart chakra. For yourself and for not being able to forgive someone else. So let me center my attention on the heart chakra for a moment and start to clear out some energies. So painful, I can feel it. See a lot of, it looks like if you've ever seen the energy where you put the stuff you put in an attic, the insulation, looks like pockets of this kind of spongy, gross kind of texture of insulation. That's what it looks like in the heart chakra. So I'm going to start moving out these energy blocks. Something that's really showing up is, excuse me, the energy of people who have children, where you haven't forgiven yourself for something that you perceived you did not do right. It's front and center. And then along with that is energy around family. One or more of you are holding on to a family energy where you've not been able to forgive someone. So I'm going to look in that heart chakra for both of these energies that are held in this really spongy, in the spongy consistency. I'm also seeing, which I typically do see as cords to the heart. So I'm seeing a lot of cords in this heart chakra, and I'm going to just pull those out while I'm here. People courting you to make you feel badly. Or you may be actually courting somebody else to try to get their attention, to wake up, you've hurt me. So let me pull those cords out. There's some resistance in the energy that's making it a little bit harder to pull that material, that like what looks like the insulation out. And it looks to me that has to do with trying to be right or make somebody wrong. So one or more of you are in resistance to letting that go. That's ego. Yes, somebody may have done something wrong to you or you view as wrong. Again, I always like to look at things as spiritual lessons. Maybe you're balancing some karma. Maybe what happened was for your lesson as much as the other person. And if you can't forgive, how do you ever move forward out of this space? You really can't. So now it's starting to release, just that conversation. That energy is starting to flow out of the heart chakra. Okay, let me see what else I can move out of the heart chakra. What else is coming up? I also see some energy in this heart chakra that comes down the family line. So I'm not sure where I'm seeing that, or in some of you. It looks like, this is interesting. It looks like some old energy of something that's happened in the family, whether it's in this current life, this current 2021 right now, or something that happened and previously earlier through your parents or grandparents, that there is some inability to forgive. That energy's coming through you into present day. You're thinking it's your energy, but it's not. It looks to me like it's some family energy. So I'm going to clear that out. That's pretty big. When we hold on to something that was passed down, we get programmed, or an agreement we made to, excuse me, hold on to energy from the lineage, that can be really damaging. And again, you think it's yours energy, and it's not. It's from higher up, or further back, I should say. Keep hearing the word lessons. It's all lessons. Okay. I'm going to move out of the heart chakra right now and see where else I'm finding the biggest pockets of energy that are being held around not being able to forgive. Throat chakra. I don't know if that's why I'm clearing my throat. Maybe I have some matching pictures with all of you. Let me work on the throat chakra, being able to speak some words, or feeling like you spoke words but weren't heard. So let me work on that throat chakra. That throat chakra is pretty stuck. Again, there's also some words of needing to be right or be heard. It's quite a bit. Hold on. It's interesting because this is showing up as red, and it's red. It almost looks like dots. And excuse me again for clearing my throat. Again, I must have a lot of matching pictures with all of you, because I wasn't like this just before I started this healing. So I'm looking at this red energy, all these different dots, and it's probably throughout lifetimes of not being able to speak your truth, being heard, not being forgiven yourself. Oh, and it's interesting too. A lot of those red dots, I'm seeing cords. Excuse me. It's almost like that energy is hot and red and burning. You get that chakra spinning. You know what else I'm seeing in this chakra is the energy of suffering. It's like suffering in silence. I'm going to hold on to that. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to sit here and be a victim. And maybe that doesn't resonate with all of you, but that's a big energy I'm seeing, that I'm still kind of trying to move out of that throat chakra. I guess, it's a good healing when the healer is clearing some energy. Again, that suffering is, I'm going to sit here and hold on to this. I'm going to suffer. I'm not going to move through it until that person knows that they have done something that's hurt me. And if you're waiting for that, you could be waiting a lifetime or longer, because the other person may not even realize that you're still waiting for that. Oftentimes people just go on with their lives, and you're sitting there punishing like holding on to that punishment energy. I'm going to punish them, but you're really punishing yourself. So I'm glad that this is coming up to clear. Oh, that's good. Just felt a big shift. Just going to finish going through the chakras, then I'll just work my way out of the body. Looking at the crown chakra of this composite. I don't see so much on top of the crown, but I'm going to now look at the sixth chakra, the third eye. There is some foreign energy in here, and it's about not wanting to see. So let me look at, this has more to do with where you're not forgiving yourself. And it's about not wanting to look back to see what you need to forgive. Maybe it's too painful. Okay, let me work on the sixth chakra, releasing that energy so you can have some forgiveness for yourself. It's literally, I can feel it in my body. So when you have to look at something that happened or that you did, there's some shame around it. There's literally, I just don't even want to open up my eyes and look. Don't want to look back. Well, you don't have to look back. You just need to forgive and release it. Let that energy collapse behind you or away from you and start to move forward. Remember, there's no like good there is good and evil. I guess you could say it that way, but I just see it as energy where people are vibrating. They're either moving forward or they're stuck. We want to get rid of this so that you can continue to move forward. I guess I shouldn't say good or evil. I should say good or bad. I should say right or wrong. It's really about lessons. What you did at the time maybe felt wrong and you didn't listen to your intuition, or it felt right and then something else happened. So I'm literally helping you to clear these pain pictures out of your sixth chakra. There's a lot of them. Starting to clear. Let me get that chakra spinning. Okay, already worked on the throat chakra, going down. I've worked on the heart chakra. Now I want to go to your solar plexus, your third chakra. And what I'm seeing in that space is a lot of punishment energy, where you are punishing yourself or other people are punishing you for this injustice or what you deem as injustice. That also takes my breath away. It's pretty intense. Remember, every time you think about something, you're forming another layer onto that space. And then, as you probably all know, when we remember something, we'll remember it a little differently each time. so that we're adding energies into it or adding stories to it. And that's why I see the solar plexus, the third chakra, so gummed up. That's also the ego center. So if you are wanting to make someone wrong, again, that could be your ego. So that third chakra is getting a healing, and I'm finding the biggest energy in there is punishment energy. So I'm going to work on that. It's chunks falling off. You had plaster and you saw plaster falling off a wall. I see these chunks of plaster falling off the third chakra on both sides. So that's really old energy. And while I'm working on this punishment energy, and I'll go back to collecting up energy at the end and filling this composite in, but while I'm in this space, I am going to fill this composite up with gold because all of you are releasing a lot of energy right now. But one thing I want to collect back up is where you've sent punishment energy out or directed it out towards other people, because that's a pretty huge area or energy, excuse me, to be directed out over time. And again, when you direct punishment energy at someone, you're kind of giving them an energetic whack, which is like, it hurts when you get an energetic whack. It's like somebody throwing a little energy grenade at you, and it can disrupt your energetic field. It can make you not feel good. And also, again, you will create karma with that person. So I'm just going to fill this composite up with gold so that you can be replenished. And then I'm going to call some punishment energy back. And know this, you're not collecting up the energy of punishment to fill yourself in with, or what I will be filling you in with. It's just your energy. It doesn't have the negative energy attached to it. It's just your actual physical energy coming back to you. So I'm filling the composite up with gold. And then for all of you who have directed, and we all have directed punishment energy out at someone at some point, maybe you did it today. So let me collect that up. Fill that composite in. Okay, now let me go down to the second chakra, the sacral chakra below the belly button. What I'm seeing in this chakra is where the inability to forgive yourself or others is bogging down your creative space. Again, that's a personal power space. It's a creative space. So I'm going to clear some kind of funky, sticky energy out of this second chakra. So also, if you are in a female body, I'm going to, and if you're in a male body, I'll do that in a moment. I'm going to ground the creative energy out in front of the sacral chakra just to make sure there's no energy affecting that around not forgiving or not being able to forgive. That'll help your creative energy to get flowing. Okay, I'm going down to the root chakra at the base of the spine. And that's where I'll ground out in front of this composite, the male creative energy, male personal power energy. Clear that of any energy or that's around not being able to forgive. Of course, that's a survival chakra, fight or flight. That's what I'm kind of seeing in this space where when it's really more about where other people have not forgiven you for something you've done that's put you into some survival energy. Remember what I just said? If you direct energy at a person, they're going to feel it. They're going to pick up on it. And it literally can shut you down or put you into survival energy because you feel it, even if you don't have an awareness of where it came from. So this is also pretty gummed up, and that chakra is not really spinning. So let me get that spinning. It's a big release in that root chakra. Some of you may even be able to feel this releasing out of your own body right now. You may start feeling a little bit lighter. Okay, I'm filling those chakras up with gold, making sure they're all spinning. Okay, then I'm working my way out from the chakras, out into the body. See some pockets of energy by the right ribs, some in the back of the head. That's probably where somebody whacked one or more of you. So let me clear this energy out. This gray energy in the right ribs or underneath right around the right rib cage. Looks like a gray cloud. I'm going to pull that out. Pull the energy out of the back of the head. And then I'm going to check this composite for beings, snakes, beings. So let me erase some snakes out of this space. Lots of snakes. Don't be freaked out by that. They're in and around us every day. This may help a lot of you to feel lighter as well as I'm erasing kind of some bundles of them. And to me, they look like actual snakes. It's beings without bodies. That must have been a really big one, that last one that I moved out, because I could feel my heart jump a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to work out into the aura and start clearing some debris up in the aura. Give this composite a nice aura healing. So I literally move around the aura. I start on the backside, start raking the aura, start clearing it. Then I move around the body or this composite clockwise. Some energy right here in this part of the aura around the left ear. It'll be flipped for you, but the left ear, this side of the neck. Maybe one of you has been holding on to some energy or has been uncomfortable in that space on your body. It's just energy that's stuck in the aura. Move to the front, and now I'm going to move over to the right side of this composite and clear the aura. There's some energy on the right side matching. I'll clear that out as well. And something I'm seeing kind of throughout this whole, the aura as I'm clearing that, is all these judgments. Judgments you're holding about yourself, whether it's okay to forgive or not, or how you've judged yourself about what you've about the past. But there's judgments about other people and how you think other people should have apologized, or judgments about how you think the forgiveness should happen when it has to do with someone else. So I'm going to clear that. There's a lot of that. It looks like static. There's so much of this energy in this space. That looks starting to clear. And as this is clearing and I'm grounding the grounding the composite, I'm really ultimately helping you not just to release the energy around not being able to forgive, but literally holding you at forgiveness, like grounding you at forgiveness, having divinity help also ground you at forgiveness so you can let go and move on. And if you can't let go, then you stay stuck. And that's not good for anybody. Again, it'll affect your relationships with other people. It'll affect your relationship with yourself. It could affect your health. I'm going to start grounding the timeline from this composite. So grounding your timeline moving forward. It's a little bit of debris on this timeline, and that is what I see as some of you trying to figure out how to forgive. Literally, this is funny because I see a couple of you walking like there's some lumps of energy. It's literally like your path as it's laid out in front of you, and there's some clumps of energy to look at. But the funny thing I just saw was some of you are walking around it like, well, I don't really want to look at that. Can I just keep going down my path and I'll just like move around it instead of actually looking at it? No, if you need to forgive somebody, maybe you just need to either let it go or you reach out and either give forgiveness or you move on. Maybe you're the one that needs to reach out. And I'm not saying you have to, but not looking at something doesn't make it go away. You can't walk around it. You have to either do energy work on it to release it and move through it. Or you just literally will get stuck at that lump of energy on your timeline. It doesn't just go away. You either got to do work on yourself or address it head on. Okay, it's funny the way I'm seeing it. It might not feel funny, but that's the way I'm seeing it. Okay, so let me fill this composite back in with a lot of gold and health and healing and forward momentum, forgiveness. Let's add some joy and enthusiasm back into this space. Health and healing. Let's just add a lot of gratitude. And how about some fearlessness? Because if you're one of the people that actually owes somebody an apology for something that happened, maybe they're not forgiving you, and there needs to be a discussion. Just a lot of courage and strength to look at what you need to take care of. How about this? Saying it this way: keep your side of the street clean. Is there something that you need to clean up on your side of the street and that will make you feel so much better? Are you holding on to something that you know you did wrong that needs to be forgiven? Or was something just not that big of a deal and you just need to let it go? It's in the past. So that's for you to fit, to sit with and decide what you need to do. Okay, again, we just fill this up with gold, grounding that path all the way out in front of you. Okay, may it be with the blessings from divinity that this healing on forgiveness be complete. Amen.